to look at a sentence with you, maybe two, just for us to put back into Latin. This is from one of your exercises this week, from today's actually, and I just wanted to go over it with you. So I've got kind of my chart here to help me reference as I'm working, and that's helpful. And then we've got our sentence. He sees the sailors. Okay? Oh, and by the way, when we are doing Latin and we're changing it from English to Latin, usually, and this was a rule you should have read today in your book or in the next couple days, usually Latin verbs always fall at the end of the sentence. So usually verbs are always at the end of the sentence. So we'll remember that. Okay, so my first suggestion to you, which it doesn't put in the book, is when you start getting sentences that are longer, I suggest that you label them like we did in Essentials. If you weren't in Essentials, you can still do that. It's just a simple process. And if you might need to just brush up on your grammar and knowledge of the different parts of speech. So I've labeled here, he is our subject, sees is our verb, and then sailors is our direct object, okay? So he sees the sailors. So if I was going to change this into Latin, what I start with is the verb. This helps me to kind of start with the verb. So I know my verb is sees, okay? And it is telling us that it's he who sees. He's our subject, okay? And so we know that he sees is going to end with a T, because he, she, or it sees ends with the T. So, vident is our verb, okay? There's our verb sees, okay? He sees. And what does he see? The sailors, okay? So this is our direct object. Our direct object is here. That's the accusative case. And if it's the accusative case, it needs to end with either or os, okay? How do we know if it's or os? We've got singular or plural here. Our verb is going to agree here. What is it? Singular or plural? What does he see? Well, let's look. Don't forget what I said about the agreeing there. Look at sailors, okay? Is sailors plural or is sailors singular? It's plural, so we use the plural ending, okay? Here. Okay? And there's our sentence. He sees the sailor. Okay? Let me do one more for you. I'm going to copy it out of the book. So give me just a second. Okay, here's our sentence. Mary does not praise the sailors. Okay, hopefully y'all can see that all right there. Maybe that'll help. Okay, Mary does not praise the sailors. Well, let's label what we know here. We know Mary is our subject. We know that what does she do? She does not praise. Okay, she does not praise. And then the sailors is our what? It's our direct object. Okay, those of you that have done Essentials, you know SVT, verb transitive, direct object. SVTDO is a pattern that we know, okay? So Mary does not praise the sailors. Well, let's try to put that down into a Latin sentence. Let's start with our verb. We know our verb is not praise. She does not praise. Praise is laudant, if I say it correctly here. We need to know how's it going to end, okay? Singular or plural. Our verb and our subject are going to agree. Mary is singular, so our verb needs to be singular. This is singular. And then she does not. This is telling us non, that word we learned, I think, today. Non, okay, means not. So Mary does not praise the sailors. Okay, and then our subject would go at the beginning. So we have Mary here. Maria does not praise the sailors. Okay, so here is where we put our direct object for the Latin. So let's look at our direct object. It's sailors. Well, we know sailors is going to be our root here. And then we need to decide what ending goes on it. Okay, so let's look at the direct object. It's our direct object. And then we look at the endings. Is it singular or plural? Well, it's plural. Okay, Maria natus non laudunt. Let's put our period. I may not have pronounced it all, but I'm working on it hard to get it correct. Okay, so there is the Latin sentence. I hope that was helpful to you.